Good morning, Salome B here, and today I want to talk about how Don Lemon took Megyn Kelly to task. He blasted Megyn Kelly when she said there's never been a time in her life that blackface was okay. And Don Lemon said sometimes you say stupid things when you're in your life, but I'm just going to be honest. So Don Lemon took NBC today, Megyn Kelly holds to task after she defended the use of blackface in Halloween costumes. Megyn Kelly today's host sparked anger when she said, "When I was a kid, that was okay, so long as you were dressing up in character." Kelly has since apologized. Don Lemon issued a stern rebuke of Kelly's comments as he spoke with Chris Cuomo. He says, Megyn is 47 years old. She's our age. I didn't know Don Lemon was 47. There has never been a time in that 47 years that blackface has been acceptable, Lemon continued. He questioned how much diversity Kelly had on her staff because people would have informed her. Now, here is a hypocrite talking. Don Lemon, 2 weeks ago, laughed at two of his guests who ripped Kanye West into pieces, calling him a Negro that can't read. Then he goes and jumps on Megyn Kelly about blackface. What y'all were doing is equal to wearing blackface. You're coming down a man's alley that's trying to do something and trying to make a different outlook instead of the same old Democratic plantation outlook that we have in Black America. Because we've all been on the Democrat wagon for so long that we can't even think differently. So when a black man thinks differently, here are some other black men on a news anchor calling him a Negro. And most of the Caucasians that watch CNN were angry because they were like, how could you sit up there and use that type of language? And the civil rights protects black people and it protects from racism. But the law is a two-way street, which means black people got to follow the law too. They can't be racist either. See, a lot of black people think that it's okay to be racist, but it's not okay for white people to be racist. No, that goes for both of us. Neither one of us can be racist. And if you try it, the civil rights will block you from any business, any job, anywhere. But sometimes people are using the civil rights to stay in a job like Don Lemon. He should have been removed after he did all that stuff on his soapbox and CNN to Kanye West. No. You can't use the word Negro to describe someone derogatorily, and white people can't. That goes for the both of us. So now you're down Megyn Kelly's throat because she thought that blackface was okay. First of all, there is a tradition in Europe about, especially in Ireland, where they wear blackface. And they wear blackface in Europe because they said they're paying homage to the black Moors who ran Europe, who were in charge of Europe in the 700 BC and in 200 BC. They've always wore blackface. It's a European culturistic tradition. And if you think that I'm lying, go Google blackface in Europe and you'll see all the traditions that they have each year wearing blackface to pay homage to the black Muslims that ran Europe. Now, I think somebody should have informed Don Lehman of that history. Now, if we're going to talk about black history, we also have to know European history, because there were black folks in Europe in 700 BC. They were Moors. They were black people. They were Africans. They lived there. They cultivated Europe. They brought Europe out of the Dark Ages. Okay? They wear blackface. It is a known tradition. Now, does it offend people? Yes, it does, in the black community who get offended by it. The Catholic Church worships the Black Madonna. I'm not offended by that. If that's what you want to worship, go right on ahead. If somebody's worshiping a rock or whatever you're doing in your home, go right ahead. Because I'm not looking to be offended, because I know where the tradition comes from. But if you're going to outlaw blackface, outlaw black people from snatching other black people down with the word Negro. So don't get on other people if you ain't ready to get on your own. Don't be a hypocrite, because if you go look in each spiritual book, it tells you about hypocrites. Hypocrites are lower than the devil, because they sit on the fence and they will have selective outrage. They will not get on their own, but they will go out and get on other people about racism, but they won't check their own racism at the door. Let's be clear. The Civil Rights Bill protects people from being discriminated upon. That's all people. It was made for black people at the time during the civil rights because they was discriminated upon. But what gives you the right to go out and discriminate others? Because that's what Don Lehman did. He discriminated against Kanye West, and he's black. How are you black and discriminate no other black people? That's something that needs to be checked before you check a Megyn Kelly over wearing blackface, because it's equal to what you're doing to another black person that what she's doing wearing blackface. It's equal. You might as well had on blackface when you were talking about Kanye West. So let's get rid of the hypocrites. Let's get rid of them. If you ain't ready to check your own, don't go checking nobody else about their racism. Like, share, subscribe. Salome B. Have a great day.